And good morning from Royal Bournemouth Hospital. Tell the Jett Force woman out your service with a nice steaming cup of coffee. Right, so, why am I here at hospital? Well, lucky for you guys, I don't need to actually go to hospital today. I'm actually perfectly fine. Well, if you want to say I'm fine. Buses. Local buses. People use them on the daily to get in and out of their local commutes, to get to school, college, work, see family. Well, I saw a video by Scott from Planes, Trains and Everything. It's a few years old now, but according to him, you could get from Glasgow to London on local buses, and it would take about 2.5 days. So I thought, from Bournemouth, how far can I get in one day? Well, the answer to that, my good viewers, is Peterborough. So we're about to go and catch a series of buses in a row, just over there, and we're going to see, can you actually get from Bournemouth to Peterborough with local buses in real life? Follow me and we'll find out. Okay, so our first bus of the day will be the X3 when it gets here to Salisbury, and it's going to take just over an hour, obviously going via Ringwood. And there it is, 7:05. This is going to be a very long 14-hour day. Yeah, so today's journey's taken me via some pretty impressive UK destinations, exotic places like Salisbury, Swindon, Oxford, Bedford, Northampton, before landing us in Peterborough. And there's everywhere in between on these local bus routes. I told the barista what my plan was like, what I was doing today, and well, this is what he had to say about it.
Well, this one here has just told me about some freak Mother Nature trip that he's going on that involves all these buses to Peterborough.
Bournemouth to Peterborough, yeah.
Are you out of your bloody mind, or what? Huh?
He's not wrong, he ain't wrong.
By far the most interesting person I've ever met, let's say the least. That's why we call him the Jett Force.
Here we go, ride number one. No stopping now. First of 6 buses, there's no turning back. See you in Salisbury. Made it to Salisbury railway station, he says, with a train next to him, even though he's spent over an hour on a bus. Right, so I'm in Salisbury. I've got about 50 minutes to the next bus. It's about a 50-minute walk from the station because I'm not actually travelling from the station for this next bus. So I'll have to find a toilet, which will probably be in the form of the local Wetherspoons because I know where that is. I could also go in and get a cup of tea while I'm waiting. And I'll catch up with you in about 40 minutes from now to continue the second leg of this rather ridiculous travel challenge that nobody asked for. That's the Salisbury Gallery behind me. And just up here, my next bus is going to take me all the way to Gloucestershire and the city of Swindon. It's going to be about a 2-hour journey, so this is going to be a hell of a lot more of a buzzkill on my back than the last bus journey was. Well, ladies, gentlemen, and everybody else of the esteemed jury, this is my route. 2 hours just to get to Swindon on a public bus. Here are the recent timetables at the time of filming. As you can see, the service does not run on Sundays and public holidays. Right, let's wait for the next bus to get here, shall we? So I've just been doing a bit of research on Google Maps on the X5, which is the bus I'm waiting on. So on here, it shows obviously it's going to take about 2 hours, and there's like about 10 stops on that map. Then you actually do the research and you find out on Google that the reason this thing's going to take nearly 2 hours is because there's 81 stops on the line. That's going to be interesting. My bus should be here in about 10 minutes, so there's really not a lot I can do now other than just stand around and wait in this rather lovely city called Salisbury. Well, here he comes, the X5, let's go. Here we are, on the Swindon bus from Salisbury. Only £3 for this 2 hour journey. I'm Billy no mates at the minute, but this journey's probably going to pick up the further up the line we go. Right, onwards and upwards. See you in Swindon. So we're about halfway through the route. We might actually be making up a bit of time because I think some of those 81 stops might be request stops. We've buzzed through quite a lot of them. Still Billy no mates in the upper level. There's a couple of people downstairs with the driver. We're just held up a little bit here in this little village because there is a bin lorry going through what is basically a one-way street, and we're behind another bus and a car, so this could be interesting. And after 2 hours of travelling non-stop from Salisbury, we are in Swindon. But I'm off to go find a bathroom, get some lunch, and then it's off to Oxford. We'll go to the main bus station, which is somewhere over here. But yeah, it seems like I'm in a pretty central area, so I will catch up with you at the bus station in a couple of minutes. Right, found a toilet, got myself another coffee, and I'm at Stop P because this Stagecoach double-decker bus appears to be the S6 that runs to Farringdon and Oxford, and Oxford's my next stop, and we go from there. So yeah, not bad. 5 hours on the go, £6 in, and I've made it as far as Swindon. Another £3 going to get me in about 40 minutes up to Oxford, so we're on the move. Very swanky seats indeed. Right, so I'm on the Oxford service now, so this should be a bit easier. It's only 40 minutes at the front again. Currently empty, but it'll probably fill up because Oxford, Swindon's busy route. And I've got quite a long layover, so I can have a decent bit of a break before the last half of this trip, so onwards.
They think that actually going to give me one right after me. If they told me, okay, right, you have to go for another operation now, I won't be prepared. So they're just going to it's like waiting. Just be patient. But it's after Christmas, which means I can have it on my birthday. Just like how I
Right, I'm going to be brutally honest with you. That was absolute hell of a bus ride. The bus did not take 39 minutes. This must have been one of those services where some of them are faster and others are like round all the back streets. Well, this one ended up passing a school that had a half day. So, good 20 or so kids all suddenly jammed onto the... Hang on. There we go. Yeah, so a good 20 odd kids decided to get on the bus at the end of the school day. Oh my Christ, they were flipping loud, and I thought I was a noisy sod. So I've just come to find this half pint of beer at this lovely little pub, just literally right next to where the bus dropped me off. No idea which pub this is. I'll double check on the way out, but it's got a nice little beer garden here. This side's quite nice. I'm going to enjoy this for a bit. Then I'm going to go down to the railway station where I need to get my next bus. So the good news is, I'm officially halfway through and I've got an hour to stretch my legs out. But, oh, Christ almighty. No. Right, so I'm off to go find my way to Oxford railway station. That pub, by the way, is the Holly Bush. So definitely give that place a visit if you want a decent beer in Oxford. Okay, I'm at Gloucester's Green bus station here in the middle of Oxford. And I now need to catch the X5 bus because I've got to go to Bedford and then change there to an X6. It's going to take me to Northampton. So that's the next 2 bits down. So my bus is due probably in the next 50 minutes. I'm going to go find the bus stand and I will catch up with you when I get to the next bus. So I'm just here at the Oxford bus station. Day 11. It's going to go soon, but I've just found out the bus I'm on is going to be like 3 hours, so God help me. Okay, so we're on the X5. It's going to be 2 hours 45 over to Bedford, and then I've got to change at Bedford train station to the next bus, and so we're about 4 out of 6. That's well over 2/3 of the way through now. Hoping the socket down here actually works to charge my stuff. Give my poor power banks a break, eh? Looks like they're just boarding the last half a dozen passengers, so hopefully it'll be underway sooner rather than later. So slight screw up on my end. I was saying Bedford was where I needed to change. It was actually Milton Keynes, where I actually am right now. So I've got about 25 minutes. Then I've got a bus that's going to get me to Northampton. Then I've got a bit of a wait in Northampton. Then I'm going to get the last leg over to Peterborough. So we are making progress. We are getting there. Stay with me. 5 out of 6. Northampton. Here we come. Northampton. Right, 5 down, 1 to go. Right, so I'm just in the Peterborough bus station. It looks like in 7 minutes there's a delayed Peterborough service. So, instead of hanging around Northampton, I'm going to go straight to Peterborough, get there, then I'm going to get checked in, have dinner, challenge over. Last leg, so far that's going well. Boy, am I glad to see that bus. Now I've just got to try and get on. It has just gone 6:30. There's only 3 passengers on this bus because this guy's running an hour late, which is beneficial for me because I don't have to hang around in Northampton for 2 hours waiting for the next bus. This guy's only going straight to Peterborough, he's not doing any intermediate stops. So this has actually worked out very well for me. I do feel sorry for the 90% of people he had to turn away because they have to wait for another bus, but... Right, let's get this insane travel day over with, shall we? We've just entered Peterborough. I'm one of the last people on the bus. My stop's in about 10 minutes. I'll be getting off shortly and I'll catch up with you on the ground. It is 9:15 PM on the 2nd of October 2025 and I have just completed the longest bus journey you could probably do in 24 hours travelling from Bournemouth. I've made it to Peterborough. I'm in a rather snazzy Premier Inn and I tell you what, I'm looking forward to having a bit of a rest. So I'll catch up with you in a little bit once I've freshened up and we'll discuss a few more of the figures. So I've done the maths and the 6 buses I took today across all 14 hours, yes. Came to £18. Every single one of those buses, the 2-hour ones, the 90-minute ones, the 1-hour ones, all came in at £3 a piece. Which is £2 more than me buying a single standard fare ticket, because I paid about 16 quid for LNER to get me from Peterborough to London tomorrow in advance. I don't know how much the standard tickets are on the day, but it did come in cheaper than first class, which would have been £33 had I bought that in advance. So, is doing Peterborough from Bournemouth on the local buses worth it? Well, it is certainly a very long day. It is one hell of an adventure. I actually did quite enjoy doing it and just seeing, you know, just different parts of England, just as, you know, I went round in a massive circle avoiding London. All those local buses for some reason all went around London for some reason. It was kind of weird. But You know, it was an interesting one. Bournemouth to Salisbury, Salisbury to Swindon, followed by Swindon to Oxford. Then we had Oxford to Milton Keynes. Then we had Milton Keynes to Northampton. Then we had Northampton up to Peterborough, and it was, as you saw in the video. I'm gonna leave that there. Overall, this was an absolutely incredible adventure. I've been Tyler Jett Force from McDowell. You've been watching the Southern Airs. Safe travels, and we shall see you in the next one. Stay safe.